welcome back, I would say, to Germany, but it's not going to be for long. I've taken what advice was given in the comments, and I think the one person who really addressed the issue has got it basically spot on. I mean, we started at a Belgian B team, and we flitted around Europe, and we've basically reached the peak here. I mean, Man City are undeniably one of the best teams in the world, and the chance to manage them does not come along every day. So we are going to manage Manchester City. Start negotiations. I'm not really going to negotiate. I'm just going to take the job. And with that, our time in Germany, for now, at the very least, is done. Ironically, taking over from a German. So yeah, we will have a little bit of a look so I can walk you through who I think should be doing what. Yep, obviously turn down the Atletico Madrid job. And yeah, we don't really need to know all this stuff. Okay, they were playing 4-3-3. I'm planning on changing that a bit. I'm playing a formation that I believe is sort of like known as the meta this year in Football Manager. But that's not why I'm playing it. Now, this is all my people that I want to move with me. So they might not move too soon. Right. The ongoing negotiations, that's all my backroom staff that I'm bringing with me. Playing time expectations ahead of the new season. The new season's like 5 months, well, over half a year away. What are you on about? That's interesting. I will let you into a little secret. To get my look at the squad earlier, I accepted the job this morning, but without recording it, just so I could get the Man City squad details and have a look at them with the help of Excel. And that was not the way the youth intake looked. I had strikers, I think, and attacking midfielders, certainly attacking midfielders, and another sort of attacking based thing that were A rated. So that has changed drastically. I feel I've been unnecessarily punished there. Let's just set up our basic tactic, which will be, well, let's create our own style. Now, we're going 4-2-3-1. Continue. And, right, well, I may as well sort of like introduce the main men now. Okay. Right. Maladashvili is our first choice goalkeeper. For the moment, he is out of contract at the end of the season. He is also 35 years old. So we are probably looking to move on from him. I'm not sure if we might need to sign him for another year just to make sure we get time to get someone in. It depends how much we can scout, who we can scout quite quickly. If we can find someone good enough to replace him at the end of the season, then this could be his last few months at the club. But as you can see from those attributes, fantastic goalkeeper. As he proved actually in the Euros this last summer when he was excellent for Georgia. Now, right, let's do that and do that. Right, now, our choice at right back is, and it will be a wing back on attack, Rico Lewis, actual genuine Man City player, and still there, and on a whopping £40 million a year, which, honestly, I can see his mentals and his physicals are excellent. Those technicals, they're not £40 million a year to me. Fullback is a little bit of a weak link in the side. I would like to improve both sides. And yeah, I'm just not entirely sure about Rico Lewis and his long-term future here. So watch this space with Rico Lewis, basically. Now, next up is our right-sided centre-back, which will be a ball-playing defender on defend, and it'll be Enrico Brancadori. Now, Enrico Brancadori, again, as you can see, fantastic physicals and mentals. The technicals, again, a little bit on the low side, although his technique is very good and his marking is a 15, so he has at least got some 15 plus stuff, and he's not paid anywhere near the amount that Rico Lewis is for basically being the same player. Can also play right back if we need him to, but I'm not sure how good he would be at wing back attack. But yeah, very happy to have him here at the moment. He's under contract for about another 4 years, so should get plenty of playing time out of him. Now, next up is Fabio Bellotti in the central defender defend slot. Now, technically, he's not my second best centre back. That would probably be Jasper van der Ven, but Jasper van der Ven is also much better as a ball playing defender, and Bellotti is not much worse than him as a just normal central defender on defend. And again, excellent mentals and physicals, and just, I mean, he's a very good tackler, but yeah, lacking a little bit. I mean, to be fair, this is highlighting him at full-back. So if we actually went to centre-back, there, you can see basically nothing really wrong with him. Not the greatest header of the ball, not magnificent jumping reach, but generally speaking, pretty darn good. Now, left-back, this is seriously a weakness. Joe Fairs is our choice at left-back, and he will be playing inverted full-back on defend, which, for those of you who aren't aware of the Pep style of play, yes, we are borrowing a little from Pep, yeah, basically, these 4 defenders, Lewis will bomb on forward, the other 3 will sort of like shift over into a back 3 when we have the ball. So that's kind of the plan in the standard thing, and when we're playing weaker opposition, what will change there is the wing back will go forward. And it wouldn't be Joe Fairs, it would be Juan Larios. But as you can see, again, Fairs, fantastic physically, mentally, not as good as the others, but yeah, technically probably better than the others, to be perfectly honest, and importantly English as well, which is very useful. Now, the defensive midfield will consist of now, where is he? Carlos Castellanos playing in the anchorman role, and if we look at Carlos, you can see here he is natural born anchorman, solid, basically solid all round, nothing spectacular, but great tackler, good teamwork, good decision maker, sort of person you want anchoring a midfield basically. And alongside him will be Raul Casas, and he will be a segundo volante on support in this one. If we're going more attacking, that will get pushed up to an attack. Obviously at the moment it won't be him because he is actually out injured for a bit. So what that would actually be, and who I will put in there now, is Jean-Christophe Lecam, who I was asked about in the press conference. But actually we'll just have a quick look at Casas and show you how good he is. Blue numbers all over the place, technically very good at what we want him to do. Lacks a little bit on the finishing, but generally speaking a superb player. He's down as a star player, Peruvian apparently. And then if we go to Jean-Christophe Lecam and have a quick look at him, French, 21, and again he can play the anchorman role pretty well as well, but Be looking at in Segundo Volante. Again, it's the finishing and long shooting that are slight weaknesses, but everything else is pretty good. So that will be those. Now, wide right. This is where our man Bunani comes in. And that would be inside forward on attack. And let's have a quick look at him. Yeah, I'm inside and forward on support there. But yeah, blue numbers everywhere you look. And yeah, we really do want to keep him. He's got over a year left on his contract, so hopefully he will stay. Algerian and partially French, so I'd be very surprised if the French hadn't stolen him from Algeria at this point, but you never know. Hopefully he plays for Algeria. Not training very well, but his average rating this season, 7.44. He's magnificent. So yeah, I mean, runs with ball through centre, that's not ideal from there, but cuts inside from right wing, that is ideal. That's exactly what we wanted to be doing. In the middle would be Patern Kasongo, who will be playing not up front, but would actually be playing Ungonche. And again, blue numbers where it matters, really. Not great in the air, obviously, but that's not what he's there for. He's there to get the ball into his feet. You know, he plays 1-2s, so it looks for the pass rather than attempting to score. He is the pivot in there. And yep, Ungonche. There we go. Now, over on the left, our skipper, Noah Darvich. And I should be able to converse with him quite happily because he is German, and I hopefully have been learning German with my time in Mönchengladbach. Winger on attack, wanting to get down to the byline, whip that ball across. And as you can see, crossing, dribbling. I mean, he's not really left-sided, although he is left-footed and can play winger perfectly happily. Again, no runs with ball through centre, so that might not be overly useful. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not costing him any at all, so that's good. But yeah, other than that, pretty good. I mean, good leadership, so yeah, very good, strong mentals, we like that. And another one on a very big wage, but contracted for a while, so hopefully this squad will be fairly stable. And then, of course, up front, Mr. Erling Haaland himself, still here, and we will be playing him as a poacher because basically that is what he is best at. He is retiring at the end of this season, but again, I mean, look at those numbers again. The physicals are still there, even at the age of 35, that natural fitness of his. Yeah, likes to try to beat the offside trap, so poacher is ideal for that, and we will be trying to whip the ball in early to him. So that would be a full strength lineup. What I'm going to try and do is mix it up a little bit with a few of the sort of more second string ones in there, maybe about 3 or 4 of them. And then when we have to play a weakened side, we have got a couple of the sort of top men. So, I mean, maybe Brancadori might come out of there and Jasper van der Ven might go in. I mean, Lecam and Casas, fairly interesting. I mean, the fact that Lecam is in there now means that Casas maybe will go into that other role, into the other part of the squad. Obviously, where we can play a full strength lineup, because we haven't got games every sort of like 3 days, we probably will, depending on injuries, of course. Yeah, I think we do need a little bit more depth because there's some positions where the drop off is quite big. But then the more players of that sort of level you've got, the more difficult it is to keep them happy. But this is basically the plan, and I'll sort out the subs bench. Couple of English players in there, which is good to see, and one who's almost got an English flag, but not quite. But yeah, I think this side could go places. Let's have a look. What are we on? 21st. So yes, tomorrow is the game against Aston Villa. I think, being how long I've waffled on, There probably won't be a game in this episode because otherwise it'll drag on quite a bit. But competition-wise, since sacking the manager, they've gone on a nice winning streak. They're up to third. Little bit off in the Champions League, but 2 games left. Could easily get there. I mean, they're only actually 3 points off the top. So, could easily qualify for the last 8 there. FA Cup obviously hasn't started yet for them, so they're in that away to Sheffield Wednesday. Got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, which was a little worrying because the club vision said that I had to be competitive in the EFL Cup. Unfortunately, it does say now they're not judging me on that, which I would hope not, being as they've been knocked out before I got here. Which is probably part of the reason Tuchel got sacked, let's be honest. So, yeah, we need to qualify for the Champions League, which at the moment we are doing. I will point out that in this particular Premier League that we've entered, Brighton are the reigning champions. So, chew on that one. And yeah, as you can see, there's been a steady increase since Tuchel got sacked, which was after the defeat by Chelsea. So, yeah, beat Wolves, beat Juventus, beat Bristol City, beat Leeds. Oh, Bristol City are in the Premier League, are they? Okay. They're in the relegation zone. Aston Villa are bottom of the table. So, why did they have to be bottom? Why couldn't they be just like, 13th or something would have been fine. But bottom, it's just got banana skin written all over it. Anyway, that will be our first game. You will see that in the next episode, which I will hopefully follow up hot on the heels of this one. I just wanted to introduce you to the side, show you the decision that have been made, and let you know kind of what the plan is, playing style-wise. But thank you very much for listening through this, and a second straight episode with no actual matches in it. But we will certainly get back to the actual football next time out with home Aston Villa. Until then, thank you very much for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time at the Etihad. Bye bye for now.